Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got Megan and Mel here with me. We wanted to, what are we doing?
Saying our stereotypes.
Oh yeah.
American stereotypes.
Yeah, of Australia, of what our assumptions are, because I feel like nobody in this side of the globe, because we're in New York, we're from New York State, literally halfway across the globe from Australia. So I feel like nobody really knows much about Australia. Everyone just has a bunch of assumptions. So we kind of wanted to document our thoughts now before I go. I feel like a common first stereotype is definitely like the outback. Everyone always says that everyone's gonna die. Like everyone, when
everything's trying to kill you.
Every time I said I'm going to Australia, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Laura, you're gonna die. Like everything's gonna try to kill you. There's like, oh, there's the most poisonous snakes and the bugs. Everyone always brings up the bugs and spiders. Everyone always brings up spiders.
I've definitely heard of like big, whatever,
massive
big
spiders. And like the webs
and
going
like,
everywhere.
In your home. Oh yeah, I heard like flying spiders where there's just like spider webs literally just like in
everywhere.
I was also under the assumption that people in Australia live in holes. I know that's not true, but that's what I was taught when I was little.
I've never heard that.
We heard that like the outback was whatever. They literally dug underground and then lived underground.
Was it like the indigenous people
down
that did that?
It wasn't
because
it's not
it was
like
a long
now.
time ago.
It was like in the past.
Oh, that's weird.
But I'm curious if that was like true at all.
Yeah.
Because that was like that's like a core Australian memory.
Like memory for you.
But that was also like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was in like elementary school.
Oh, that's weird.
Like we went to the Outback and had chicken tenders.
The Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, the Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
We had chicken tenders and they called them kangaroo fingers. The memories could be.
That's all we know. That's all we know. Yeah, so definitely like very harsh conditions. People say the kangaroos are like deer. Like, so we have like a lot of deer here when we're driving, and there's like deer like always hopping in the road and stuff. You always have to be aware of it. My dad always goes, like, keep your head on a swivel, it's deer season. So I'm curious if, I mean, they say that kangaroos are like deer there, which if that's the case, that's actually wild.
Violent, because I've definitely heard people are like, don't go up to the kangaroos.
They're definitely strong.
Because they like box each other.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I already told you this one, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a kangaroo in the water and it looks like it's drowning, don't go save it because it's gonna drown you. And I was like, oh, I hope that's not real.
Yeah.
I would actually be worried.
I would be like, oh look, it's drowning.
Let's go save
I definitely
it.
would not
And
try
then
to
just
save it. Would you try to save a deer if it was in the water?
If it was
but a deer
drowning,
wouldn't try and drown you though.
I would definitely just leave it.
I don't know.
Koala bears are mean.
Yeah, I've heard koala bears
They
are
look
mean.
so friendly and
they look
sweet
so nice.
and cute.
Yeah.
But they're mean.
I feel like even all the birds and stuff, like, I don't know, I've heard that they're very just like, I don't know, just very different. A whole different scene over there. I've just heard it's like the terrain is really rough, the environment's really rough, like we don't know like supplies and stuff like that, because like I would assume you have to import everything. I don't know, I heard that like stuff gets out of the stores for like 5 weeks at a time and you can't get it back. With like here it's like you just wait for a truck to come in 2 days. So I feel like that's kind of gonna be weird to get used to, if that is true.
Surfing.
Oh yeah, everyone always thinks, okay.
Like I feel like America, I think of like California, like LA.
Yeah.
Like the surfer bros and
it's
stuff.
like that.
I don't know if
it's like the high energy,
vibe.
like high, like what's the word? Like high dopamine type of activities. Like everyone's doing like, or high adrenaline activities. Like everyone's always doing something outside. Everyone's very active. That's like the stereotype, is that everyone's like very adventurous and active and
I wonder if they're like
Outer
surfer
Banks,
bros are like the same
in
or not.
Australia.
Yeah, true.
Like if they're more.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like some stereotypes in America is like the surfer bros are like skater bros. Or like
long curly hair, don't do.
Yeah,
like
they're just like living life. Yeah, that kind
like
of thing.
druggies, even if they're not actually druggies,
But necessarily.
So I'd be curious. I think
If Australians are like that.
if the surfers are the same.
Yeah, I've also heard that Australians are very friendly. Like I've heard that they are known to be very like friendly people. They're known to be very like, I don't know, chill and just kind of like go with the flow type of people. Like they just, I don't know, kind of like roll with it, like roll with the punches. Like I heard that people wear like no shoes in like cities. Like you can walk around with like no shoes, and I'm like, that is so weird. Like people could not do that here.
I have no idea what you would do like on the daily.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Because
know.
it's like-
And then
I've heard
I was
people don't lock their
curious-
houses, people don't lock their cars. Like you can just go for a walk at midnight and it's not weird.
Oh yeah, so
And I'm
that's
like,
definitely
that is
different. Especially
definitely-
well,
especially being a girl.
not our area, but just like
Yeah.
New York, like
Generally, yeah.
if you went to the city or
You have to lock
something.
everything.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
keep your phone like in your front pocket.
People say whatever Australians are nice and everything. I also was curious if because I feel like the only people we think of is like the Canadians. It's
Yeah,
like everyone thinks
true.
Canadians are super nice.
I
I'm
feel
curious
like,
if it's,
Canadians are like
similar.
the low key version. I feel like Australians are known to be like very
Polite.
like everyone always says they're really nice,
So, like,
which is a really
everyone's,
good
like, chipper
stereotype. Yeah,
and happy and upbeat.
everyone just like
Yeah.
wants to help you out. Everyone's friends to
Just, like,
everybody.
having a good
I've heard
time.
that you also like if you have to do business with somebody, like you always think of your friends first, which in America like you don't business and your personal life is not supposed to mix.
Yeah.
Like people say keep your friends and business separate,
Yeah.
which is weird because I'm like that things get messy that way, but I don't know.
I feel like it depends how big of a business it is though.
That's true.
Because like small family businesses, you're normally like relay on to your friends and tell them.
That's true. It depends on what
So if
it
it's
is.
similar like to that, it would make sense.
Right, like if you're like a mechanic or something,
Yeah.
then that makes sense.
Or like you like photography or
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
What do they have in their zoos?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that was the other thing I
I
was
feel like
thinking
all
about.
of Australia would just. Be
I was like, what
zoo,
if they
but,
think
like,
that like an oak tree is exotic, or like
Oh, definitely.
or like
Oh yeah, what does
a
the trees
chickadee,
look like?
or like a
Are there
cardinal. What if they
trees,
think
like-
cardinals are exotic? I'm like, that's so weird to think about. Or
They
like
definitely don't have like
deer.
like their
Or
forests.
if they
are not
hire-
the same.
what if
do
they have
wear
a
the
deer?
same things?
Mhm.
Like I
Like,
picture.
what do they wear?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen like not cowboy hats, but like
I think they
the
dress
guy with the
same.
hat with like the feather. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Like a cowboy?
Yeah, but not really like a cowboy.
Oh, Steve Irwin.
Yeah, isn't
Oh.
he Australian?
I don't know if he's Australian or if he moved to Australia.
Oh,
I think he
he's
is
the one
Australian.
that like deals with all the animals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or did he die?
I feel like he always
remember.
was he the one that had. Do you know what I'm talking about? But it's like
He
a
always had
cowboy
like
hat
yeah,
with,
like
a
the
feather.
Ranger Rick type of look.
Yeah.
I think I'm like a couple years behind American fashion. I don't know if that's true.
Well, because I don't know. I feel like
I feel
when
like
you go
they're-
to like Europe, everybody's like.
It's
or
definitely
even,
more
like,
like up.
aren't
well,
they-
'cause they're by
they
Paris.
dress nice.
Yeah,
like, all
everyone's
the
like
time.
chic. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like in America, if I wear okay,
Yeah.
I would literally wear like sweatpants
Yeah.
and like a tank top every day
Oh,
or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And like if you wore that in like
Yeah. You'd be like a
France, you would
bum.
get so many stares.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know
it-
how that would be in Australia.
I don't think
either.
it would be the same. I feel like it'd be more similar to American
I would think
culture,
so too.
but I don't know about like sweatpants.
Yeah.
and a
They probably have like
sweatshirt.
more flowy pants or something.
Yeah.
It's like the beachy pants.
Maybe like linens. Maybe
Yeah.
more of like a beachy look.
Yeah.
Well, because I think that's what Billabong is, like that brand.
Mm.
Because I'm pretty sure, because we just learned that's an Australian word.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that that's like a beachwear brand. I don't know.
You should bring us Australian clothes.
Yeah, I should.
Is there Australian chocolate?
Yes,
Definitely.
I've heard Australian chocolate's really good. Oh, and the licorice, red licorice. I've heard that's really
I don't
good
know
too.
what it is, so maybe I would like it. I don't
Oh,
have that many.
sports.
I don't have the
Sports. They
Soccer.
call
Is
they
it
call it football.
That
but
doesn't
Ameri-
surprise me.
Yeah, because I think that's the same with like
Football's
Europe.
definitely like an American thing only.
Yeah.
So I feel like everywhere else just calls it.
I thought rugby was
Football.
big in Australia, but
I think
maybe
it
it's not.
is. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it is too. Cause do they even have football? I think they have. Do they? I
Probably
wonder if they
not.
have
I
rugby
don't
instead
know.
of football.
I think it is rugby. Yeah, but I know that soccer or football is like the biggest thing there. Yeah, because I know that like people go
I
hard.
picture like people just like playing out in like the
Probably
what's it called?
like the quad.
No, the word that was in the video though. Not the like I'm thinking like the forest equivalent. Like,
Oh, the bush.
yeah, people go play in the bush. They go play football in the bush.
Definitely not, because I think of the bush
I feel
is
like
like
they
a
play on the
forest.
beach.
Do they have forests?
I think
I don't know. They have beaches, right?
they do.
Yeah,
I think they have
definitely
everything.
beaches, but
That's the other weird thing, that if you're further south, then it's like colder. But going south up like where we are is like warmer.
oh yeah, because they're below.
Like everything is reversed. That's really weird. The seasons being switched,
That'd be
that's
really
gonna throw
weird.
me off so much. Christmas being a summer holiday, spring break being in September. Like what? That is so
Yeah,
weird.
that's weird.
And they don't have Thanksgiving, which is kind of sad.
Oh, that is sad.
I know.
Maybe you should just
Yeah,
have
I got-
Thanksgiving anyways. You can introduce it as an American thing.
Well,
I
because
probably
wasn't
should.
Thanksgiving in America was because like well, the Indians and everything. Do they? They don't have Indians in Australia.
They call them Aboriginals. I think that's right.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is literally only an American thing. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's so odd.
Yep. I probably will do
But
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
Any
is
excuse
great,
for a
so.
It is. It is. I think they have their own holidays. I think they have the most holidays actually out of any.
Did they have? Wait, did they have to win independence from anybody?
I actually think that they just signed a doc. Like they didn't have to fight.
Yeah, I
over
think
it.
they were just by themselves.
I'm pretty sure. No, because they got sent to Britain, and then they. I think because we fought the war with Britain, we were like, obviously, give us our independence. And then
Right.
with them, they're like, we want independence too. And instead
Yeah,
of
I
Britain,
thought that-
instead of Britain being like, no, we want to keep you our colony, they're literally just like, okay. And
They're
then
probably
like,
like,
they
we
literally
want
just like
to
signed a
go.
document. Is my
Australia's
understanding.
pretty big though for.
It's massive, but I think it's just because the
Like
terrain
a
is so
colony.
tough. Like I think I don't even think they wanted to colonize it at
Yeah, it'd
first.
probably be like
Because it's
out
so
west.
hard.
Like you remember like in U.S. history they were like paying people to go out west.
Yeah.
It's probably similar to that, low-key.
Oh, that's another thing. They're like land of the rebels. Like everyone always,
Yeah.
everyone always calls them like land of the rebels. Like, oh, that's where all the ex-convicts live.
So not
Everyone's,
only are the animals tough, the people are tough.
yeah.
Everyone's descendants from prisoners.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't think that's true. I've done
Probably not.
I've done some research on the history, and I don't think that there's that many
It's
prisoners.
probably just
Yeah, I don't
a
know
stereotype.
anything.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Australia, really.
Yeah.
I don't know their history. I don't really know.
Yeah, I tried watching some videos because I wanted to be somewhat in the know about it, but I don't know if I know that much. So I'm gonna need some help on that.
Oh,
What if
I
they were
had a PhD student who was from New Zealand, and she said that.
Don't get offended.
Yeah, don't get offended.
Disclaimer.
She said that Australians will claim New Zealand like original cuisines as their own original cuisine. So I was like, oh, I wonder if Australians claim that those cuisines are theirs and New Zealand stole it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
If they have a subtle war going
Because
on.
she,
Yeah.
I think, right, you asked her, like,
I
what
asked her like a
Australian-
classic New Zealand cuisine, and she was like, well, basically just Australian food.
Oh.
She was like, but we came up with it first.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
then they
but I wonder
Hmm.
if Australians will say the opposite.
Yeah, well, I guess Aussie, let us know.
Like, I don't know
Like
what
what original
Australian
food?
cuisine
I know
is.
that meat pies are really big there.
Oh, yeah.
I know that like basically any meat wrapped in pastry dough is basically like what they eat, and they call everything like I heard that a sausage is called a snag. Or like a dank, is it danka? I don't know. Something like that. It's very odd to me.
Like, American food is like so broad.
Yeah, well, because we have
Well,
so
'cause
many
we have
cultures.
all different
I also am
cultures.
curious what food I'm not gonna be able to eat there. I'm thinking
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mexican food, because I can't imagine because I mean Mexico is like
do they
our
have Chinese?
Oh,
food?
yeah, 'cause
Probably not.
America-
Asian food is like their other. I think Asian food's like their Mexican.
Because America
Okay.
encompasses like literally like every ethnicity's
Yeah,
food.
we have like literally everything.
Literally.
Especially in like when you're close to the city, like New York
Yeah.
City, you can find so much good.
I mean, even the
cuisine.
area where
It's probably like the
there's
smaller
a lot
stuff
of
like
Yeah.
Jamaican.
Yeah. I've
Well,
not-
even
I've
like
not-
the
Thai
area we're
food.
from specifically,
Yeah.
we have like a lot of like Polish.
Yeah.
Oh,
food,
yeah.
Like Irish.
and Italian. We have a
And
lot
Italian,
of Italian.
yes.
Which
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Those are all really big.
What if like
foods
I
around
can't
us.
find Italian restaurants?
They don't have
there?
pasta.
That would be so weird.
That would be
Yeah, that would be weird. Because
Yeah.
pasta's like
I'm
the
like,
easiest.
It's
we
like a
actually have
staple.
a pretty good variety of food around
Yeah, I
us.
know. Like we literally just went to a grocery store. We just went to Wegmans, and there was like literally so many like aisles of just like food. You can literally
Wegmans
pick
definitely
any.
has an international
Yeah,
section,
like
too.
literally everything. Also, their stores sound weird. Everything looks like it's like the old version of what America had. Like the Target looks like the old Target here. Because before Target became very like boutique-y, it seems like, I mean, I haven't gone, obviously, but when I go, I feel like it's going to look like the old Target from America. Because then all the Targets here have just like revamped. They kind of look like
I mean, they
boutique-y.
probably are low key behind because I feel like America's like top of the like.
You guys are behind.
Like I feel like,
I just don't
if you
hear
think
that
of
much
like
about
clothing
Australia.
things, I feel
Yeah.
like there's not like things
I feel like
that
I
you
don't- yeah.
associate.
You're
with
right.
Australia.
I don't hear a lot about Australia.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
exactly.
they're just kind of chilling.
I also kind of feel like that also means that they're like peaceful. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're just
not-
they're just vibing.
They're
Yeah.
just
It
chilling.
matches their stereotypes of just
Yeah.
being like laid back and going with the
Vibey.
flow. Also, that's been my whole thing with my emailing. I'm like, every time I email them about stuff, it always just seems like, don't stress about it.
Oh,
It's
do they
gonna
have a
work."
president?
I think they have a prime minister,
Okay, that was another thing.
but I
that
think
was-
I think everyone in Australia still votes.
But it's different than like
It's
not
different.
like,
It's not like a-
essentially.
It's not a
Is it a
democracy.
democracy?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. It's like a something republic. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyways, I think that wraps us up for our assumptions. If there's any other American viewers watching and you can think of anything that you usually think of with Australia, comment below. And yeah, I guess we'll see if they're right or if they're wrong. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Good day, mate.
I don't know what they say for goodbye, but peace out.